Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Friday. Today, I was going to talk to you guys about the BRRRR method. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it, but I have ran into some people that aren't familiar with it, and that's totally cool. Essentially, it's kind of a term that's coined from some people at BiggerPockets. I definitely recommend just a little commercial for BiggerPockets. Online forum, you can ask all your rental property questions, investing questions, anything about real estate, and people are answering them. There's actually a lot of local people in the Sioux Falls area there. They have a ton of podcasts and some calculators and stuff. So go ahead and join BiggerPockets, look me up, and we'll become colleagues there. So today, like I mentioned, I want to talk to you guys about the BRRRR method. So they kind of came up with it, even though a lot of people have been doing with it. They coined this term to kind of put some words behind it. So essentially, the B would stand for buy, because at some point, if you want to invest in rental property, whether it's all cash, 0% financed, or somehow 0% down, you still are purchasing the property. Okay, so once you buy the property, that's the B. Okay, the next thing to do would be to rehab the property, because no matter what, unless you're buying turnkey, usually there is some type of a way that you can add value. Maybe some paint or carpet or some landscaping. Maybe it actually needs some deferred maintenance fixed up. You can upgrade a couple of things and just make it a better place for somebody to live. Okay. Usually when I'm actually doing that, just to give you guys an idea of my numbers, for like a typical 2-bedroom apartment unit, usually it's right around $3,500 is my paint, carpet, maybe an appliance, maybe a countertop. Usually I've been pretty lucky about not having to replace the cabinets, because I know that can be pretty expensive, but right around $3,500. I think gone up as far as $5,000, but $3,000 to $5,000, right around $3,500 for my rehab as far as a 2-bedroom apartment, because that's where a lot of you guys know I invest in apartment buildings. So I typically don't do flips, even though I know a lot of people here do, and I think that's pretty cool. So that's what the first R means. The second R means rent. Okay, because essentially, once it's rent ready, go rent it. So, give it to your property management company, let them do the marketing for you, let them, talk to a leasing agent. Maybe you have a property management company. I use Cozy as my property management software. So it's a free version that essentially works really well managing units. Managing under 100 units. So I really enjoy using Cozy. It does help with the marketing and some of the application things too. So I do like Cozy. So you're buying the property and then you're renting it out after you rehab it. Okay, so that's the first three. The next part is actually what allows you to accelerate your path to growing your real estate portfolio, and what a lot of people do. Because let's say that you bought the property for $70,000. Let's call that 70% of ARV, after repair value. We can get into that in a different video when we get into some more jargon. But essentially, just get the idea that maybe you buy this cash, or maybe you get a loan for $70,000, and then you, through lines of credit or maybe extra cash you had, you put, let's say, 10 into it. Okay, so you're all in for 80. And then you appraise it, and now an appraiser looks at it, compares it with other ones on the market or already sold, and says, actually, this would sell for 100. That difference there is equity, so you actually have 20,000 equity. Awesome, good on you. Okay. The cool thing is, you don't just have to sit on that 20,000, because really, you have more than 20,000 because you actually picked it up for 70. If that's all cash or whatever, you have a down payment, so you actually have more equity than just the 20. So that's the really cool part here, is usually you might be able to go to a bank, and I actually haven't personally done this. This is just explaining the idea to you as far as this goes. I do something similar in multifamily, but we'll get into that in a different video too. So you have this 20,000 equity, and then you go to a bank, and then they say, yep, we appraised it at 100,000. Essentially, we would be able to lend you up to $80,000. All right. Well, the cool thing is now you have a loan for $80,000, and that means that if you put a down payment on the $70,000, you're getting that back. Plus, you're getting the 10 back there. So really, everything that you have into the deal, or if this was all cash, if you had 80 all cash in there, and then they give you a mortgage for 80, you have all the cash that you put into the deal. Now you have back out of the deal. Hopefully, it's still cash flowing at least a little bit, and you've made the neighborhood nicer. You have a appreciating asset that the debt is getting paid down. You're providing somebody a house. I mean, this is really cool, guys, how you can build your real estate portfolio like this. So essentially, now you have that 80, okay, or your down payment and your rehab costs, and you can put that into another property, okay? So then you can actually kind of recycle your down payment. You know, you put your 20, 30 grand into the property, and then a year or so later, you're pulling it out. You go, you know, like you can actually keep doing that. Now, I'll have a future video here about how many loans you can actually have, but this is a really great way to get started. One, if you have some cash. Two, if you have some sweat equity. Or three, if you actually have some time and willingness to go find some deals and put in the work that's required to get something below market value. So this is a really cool method. So again, we have the buy, because you have to purchase a property. You have the rehab, you're fixing it up, making it worth more. You're renting it, so now you have income coming in that's helping you pay the mortgage. And then you refi, and then the last step is just repeat. You can keep doing this. So there's a book on it on BiggerPockets. Again, guys, check out BiggerPockets. Maybe check out Cozy if you're self-managing here. If you're in the Sioux Falls area, I would love to meet up and have coffee with you guys. Go ahead and text me, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a good day. Thanks. Bye.